Welcome to my Minecraft. It's going to be some creative modes that I've done, some creative, well, we'll jump right into it. Some of the worlds I've created. This one here is called the Land of Dark Elders. Now, the name hence is forth and needs to be explaining. So, Land of Dark Elders, it was kind of like whenever I first started, I was like, okay, you know what? Whenever I was like a few years back, I started thinking, I need to build I need to kind of visualize. It'd be cool to visualize just a building for these guys called the Dark Elders. I created for a novel. It's called The Dark Elders, and they are a cult, a group cult that is called such because of the fact that they worship star constellations. And I got the idea from, or not really idea, but I guess you could say inspiration from the Elder Scrolls series as a video game. If you look them up, you know what it is. Elder Scrolls series, they have it where in the fourth one, you could have it you were born under a certain constellation, star constellation. You gain a power from that or ability. Hence, I was like, okay, you know what? How about I just have some group, just some cult group, and have them worship stars, and they can gain that certain ability as well, kind of like that. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of like stuck on the novel idea. How about I just visually build where they would live and what they would look like and how it would look like and what kind of atmosphere and environment would they live in? And this is what I came up with. It's not when I first visualized it, it wasn't came to this, but it's actually came out pretty good. So it's never going to be what you can picture it in your head, and I think it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good actually. And these last few pieces was the last one I put in. So the corners are the last staple that I ever had. So whenever I have the twin buildings and the towers, or the twin buildings and the bridges connecting those towers, that and some of the lava right in the middle, and then the walkways around the towers. That I was like, okay, that's the centerpiece. That's right there. That's what focuses it and centers it, and I'll be done. Because I don't think I can add any more of this. It would be too much. I mean, I could add more buildings, make an entire city, but I just don't have the time. It's my time is too reserved for something else. I could put it into more other stuff. And not to say that this wasn't a waste of time, which it could be construed as that, but I'm creative, so I like to create other stuff, and this gives me the opportunity to do so. So that one's this one. That one is Dark Elders. This one is Tunneler's Dream, and it's just how it sounds. It's a tunnel. Not necessarily, but this is right here. The start of it is a tunnel. Well, start of this whenever I loaded it. But the start is back here. Now, the inspiration for this one was whenever I saw the first Hobbit movie that they just came out with a few years back. They had the land. I think it was called Erebor, the city of Erebor. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. Anyways, it's the underground, great underground city, the city under the mountain for the dwarves. And it was green. It was like all these arches. Oop, all these arches. They had like a whole bunch of like gold, gems, different things. I could just put that in there, but I wanted it to be look more like a building. But they had to mine for that stuff, so I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I may make a room saying, okay, this is like a mining where people could mine. But now right now, as you can see, it's more like a lava type thing, wherever they're building so far down into the middle of the earth, they're gonna find lava. But I was gonna use it. They can use it as harness it as sort of like architecture. Um, Kind of like that to help benefit from them. And it was just different ideas just pop into my head. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me put this in there. Let me put that in there. And every once in a while, whenever I play or jump onto another one, because I'll get bored of them eventually, and you always do. I mean, it's taxing just to keep building. But you'll know I was like, okay, you know what? Let me make it like this, and you know what? Let me put that in there, and I won't be consistent with my buildings because it really is gets tiring after a while just laying them brick by brick. That's exactly how I build every single one of mine. You could use World Editor. You could say that's cheating, but on the other hand, if someone's gonna be like running a server of 200 people, you're gonna have them working shifts, creating a city scale to scale replica. Like they had this people that were like 200 people. They had do a Game of Thrones city, and they have a whole Game of Thrones themes that they have done, just different ones. It was like brick by brick. It was insane, and it took them like 3 4 months, and because they had so many people and they had the time. Me, no, not a single person, not much time. But they got it done. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's pretty cool. How they can just do that. Uh, I don't have any other people to really build with me, but this is the consortium temple. This is the least amount done. Because I just stopped and I just like, you know what? I don't know what else to do with it. I wanted the outer ring to be here, so like that would be the outer ring. That would be the courtyard. They could like walk in between that and the courtyard. So like it'd be kind of like almost like a Roman-esque building, and this next one will be Roman-esque building too, as you can say. Uh, this one here is the cathedrals, like I was saying. Now this one, whenever I was doing this, is the newest done. This one was like, okay, what can I do with this one? Let me throw in a color scheme: purple, gold, sense of power. Because whenever you have that, they're gonna be like, okay, back in that times, you're wearing purple. With good standing. You're rich. You're kind of like known, important people. This courtyard here, and it had no ceiling. As I could see from different buildings that I've seen before, and like pictures and movies and things like that, they'll have like a courtyard, but it won't be it won't be open. I mean, it won't be closed as certain with the roofs, and then like all four sides of the building would be closed off with a walkway with a roof over their heads, and then that connects different buildings all around them. And that's what I was initially going to do. Most of my architectural designs that through all my different ones that I've created for those four, they're similar, as in like my arches or my pillars. I can always search online and improve with how to make it look different and be different. But usually this is what I stick with and I'm happy with. Um, well, well, aren't you rude? Anyways, this turns off the rain. Whatever. Usually rain will lag it out and the video will just be a little bit slower, especially on Twitch. I don't know about recording, but you get the idea. And I'll jump on every once in a while whenever I want to start building more or building another one. And yeah, I'll just go on for like 2 weeks straight, maybe, or something like that, and stop. And I get a lot done within 2 weeks if that's the amount I take. I think this took me about, I want to say 2, 3 weeks. I think I want to say 2, 3 weeks. Dark Elders, Land of Dark Elders, the first one I showed you. I think I said that took about a year and a half off and on because it got hard, and it just got hard to the point where I couldn't see anything, I couldn't visualize it, and it was just so tiring going back and forth. So that's why I kind of stopped that one, and then I just finally completed it. I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not adding any more about it. Eventually, I'm going to probably be, but they are usually pretty good whenever I visualize it and I just put something together and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of winging it here. I'm winging it, and I'll just play something in there, and I'm sure it'll play pretty good. And usually these are turning out pretty good. And I posted it on Twitch, my Twitter and YouTube are right there. And then the border of this is my Twitch layout here. And then you'll see me on there every once in a while, but I haven't done Minecraft, and that's where I've gotten like 99% of my followers. It's popular and people want to see you do it. It's like, oh, he's creating something big. Let me help you out. I've gotten a couple people who want to help me build. And they're like, hey, get the server, keep it going. Just get 20 people, have us do a stream where people can join in and build with you. I was thinking, okay, you know what, I'll do that if I have the time. But usually it's servers. You could do it yourself for free, but I'll just leave it to somebody else. I've done it before, $7 a month, like 20 people. That's it. But if you have any more input about creative worlds I could do, anything else, advice, just let me know. I'd be appreciated. Thanks.